Tell me what brings you here to Oasis.
I came to give a talk on my latest project, which is called Self-Directed Biological Transformation. And it's about the idea that how you think, how you behave, how you relate to other people, and other things like your sleep patterns, stress management, breathing, how that changes gene expression in a direction that moves away from illness and into a direction of wellness. And of course, I just thought of this, the difference between illness and wellness is all about I, and wellness is all about we. So the more we connect with each other, and there's a new field, it's called interpersonal neurobiology, interpersonal neurocardiology. But the more compassion, empathy, joy, and equanimity we experience, it actually changes our gene expression. And we can change at a cellular level how a gene ages, the biology of aging, and many other things. You can actually influence even the next generation.
Now with this influx of technology, everyone with the mobile devices, do you think technology helps or hurts when it comes to wellness?
It all depends on how you use it. If you allow technology to use you, it hurts.
Where do you draw your inspiration for your creativity and innovation?
I think for me, there are only three important questions. Is what I'm going to do going to be fun? Are the people that I'm going to hang out with doing this going to be fun? And three, is it going to improve people's lives? And the answer is yes, then I don't worry about the process. I know that the process will take care of itself. In a way, I'm so totally confident because I know that this needs to happen and there's no real personal motivation for me. Tapping into creativity is tapping, in my view, into the lightness of being, your soul.
We're living in such a fast-paced world. What's the best advice that you can share with everyone?
Instead of thinking me, think we. Life is an experience. And more than that, life is also the interpretation of an experience. If somebody says, I love you, and you're in love with that person, and you're just waiting to hear that, your brain immediately kicks out dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, opiates. These are happy molecules. They're also immunomodulators. And all you have to hear is that one sentence and you get a dopamine hit. Now, let's say you're considering divorcing a person, and in the midst of an argument, she says, I love you. Same words. Or he says, I love you. Do you think you're going to make dopamine? You're going to make adrenaline and cortisol. Okay? It's going to raise your blood pressure. It's going to make your platelets get sticky. It's going to influence your heart rate. And you heard the same sentence. What was the difference? It was the same words, same vibration of the atmosphere, same electrical impulse or action potential going to your brain. What was the difference? The difference was the meaning, the context. So how does meaning and context get processed in a neural network? Answer is, we don't know. And so we got together with Scripps Translational Institute. Scripps has Eric Topol, who has biosensors that are about the size of a quarter. You can put them in here and here, and from a distance they can measure your brain waves and your heart wave and get digital information on that. Mount Sinai Hospital has another Eric Schott, who's the world's #1 specialist in gene expression, not what genes are, but how they express themselves, the neural networks. And then we got Rudy, who's my co-author of the book Superbrain, the world's #1 probably expert on Alzheimer's disease, is in charge or heads the Alzheimer's Disease Research Center at Massachusetts General Hospital. And of course, Elizabeth Blackburn and her team. They found a 40% increase in this enzyme telomerase in 4 days. They couldn't believe it, okay? They said, repeat, 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 same thing. How can some activity that requires gene expression change in 4 days by 40%? Your biological age at a cellular level. This data has never been collected before. How genes express themselves when you go into deep meditation, and how they regulate each other, just like we are regulating each other right now at some level. Okay? Our biologies are interpersonal. We regulate, we are regulated by, we monitor, and we are monitored by each other. Okay, so where do we go from here? We are now embarking on a very ambitious project with the same people, Harvard, Scripps, Mount Sinai, UCSF, UCSD, and our institution, where we will put people in 1 week, not just in the experience of meditation, but an experience that's derived from an ancient healing technique called panchakarma, which anybody who's familiar with in Ayurveda knows what it is. So Ayurveda is called the science of life. Ayus means life, Veda means knowledge, and we put these people, 75 of them, in 1 week of total immersion into radical well-being. And that includes making sure that they sleep well, that they do a little bit of exercise every day, that they learn the skills of emotional intelligence, that they meditate, they learn how to manage stress, and they're totally relating with each other this 1 week. And we've been doing this program for several years, so we know subjectively what it does. But now we are going to quantify it. We're going to have 75 controls. And what we're going to say is that based on what we already know, that you can radically transform your biology.